All right, let's go. It's
No, hey, don't be deep throwing my f***ing mic.
That's a good start. Welcome back to what?
TAE Time Podcast.
Hey. As you can see, we've had about a minute of like technical difficulties because this guy doesn't know how to use a freaking mic and doesn't know how to place himself. But yeah, today we have, who do we have with us?
The biggest influencer of Ireland.
Yeah, don't you know? We have Andrew Tate on the podcast today. So, who are you? How do I know you?
Name, age, location.
ASL.
What do you do?
Who am I? I'm Pula.
Yeah.
How do you know me? It's a long story. I don't think we'd have enough time on.
Let me quickly tell the story. So I was in third year of secondary school. For anyone in our American thing, that's final year of that's like your final year of middle school anyway, right? All my friends were gone that day. They all happened to be sick or whatever, or just weren't in that day. I was by myself on my ones, and then I'm just walking at my school compound, and then there's this like side thing, stairs at the side of the school, right? And I just walk by and I'm just like, oh look, there are a few weirdos up here. Let me go say hi to the weirdos, you know, sitting by themselves, talking to themselves, you know, these nerds. So I go up and I was like, hey, because I knew Louis. I think it was Louis. Yeah, I knew Louis because he was like in my arts class or something anyway. And then I was like, hey, Louis, whatever, blah, 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 you know. And then I was like, this, and then there's this.
Let me just clarify one thing. When you said talking to ourselves, we're talking in like a group of friends.
Yeah.
Things we're weirdos.
Yeah, amongst themselves.
Might have not been the most normal people.
Yeah, but they were talking amongst themselves anyway. And so I was just talking to him, and then this guy, I was like, this guy's kind of quiet. This guy's a nerd. I was like, you know what? Let me chat to this guy. But then I don't know. We probably talked about something we had in common, maybe anime or something. I don't know what it was.
Anime.
I mean, probably, yeah, you know. And I was like, oh, he's not bad, you know.
You're both weirdos.
And and then I was like, you know what? And then from there on, I took him under my wing.
Aww.
And he is the man he is today. But actually, the man he is today is nothing based off what I made him. He completely derailed. Long story, you know, let's not get into that.
Life got in the way.
Yeah, life got in the way, you know, he became his own person. But yeah, no, I've known him for a long time, moral of the story.
Yeah, that's a very cute, like, love story between you guys.
It is.
Yeah.
For some good few years, too.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you're still in each other's lives. Would you guys say, like, how has your friendship changed over the years?
I hate him more. Definitely, absolutely. As I grew up, I realized Pula was a very annoying person, but it's like a scab you can't reach, so you live with it.
Okay, that was terrible.
It's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome situation.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome. I have Stockholm syndrome.
He's been kidnapped by me, been tortured, and just somehow, you know, can't get rid of me.
Yeah.
Based on you, how about yourself? What was your first impression of him? Like, how was your friendship changed?
You thought it was cool?
I was like, this guy likes anime. Who the hell is he? I didn't even know he was in my school.
Yeah, he didn't
for
know.
3 years, and so then we became friends.
That's a bit random, considering you're like the one black person.
No, there was 3.
Oh.
No, 5 of us.
Oh.
Me, Wale.
No,
oh wait,
in our year,
Henry wasn't there yet. Actually.
In our year, you were one of 2
yeah,
or 3.
I was the only black person in my year.
And the funny thing is, I was friends with all the people you were friends with.
Yeah.
I knew them.
Because he knew all the Polish people, and I knew all the Polish people.
Yeah.
And then everyone I knew, like Louis, all those other people, he knew as well. So
was like Sharif.
Sharif. You know, we had mutual connections, but we never connected.
Interesting.
Yeah. Didn't even know he existed.
Yeah,
until that one day.
I didn't even know he existed. It was crazy, bro.
Anyway, sorry to cut you off. Go tell me more about their friendship.
How has the friendship evolved from your perspective, sir?
Yeah.
My perspective, definitely had its ups and downs.
Yeah.
And we've always been friends, but we're not like needy for each other. You know, we're just like whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's never like a situation of like chasing, like, you know, some friends. But I feel like I'm like that with all my friends, and we're like that with all our friends. Like, we don't chase each other. Mm-hmm. Like, we're just like,
you're there, yeah.
If you're there, you're there. If you're there, or whatever.
I need you to talk to you.
The thing is, like, you guys are always talking in a group chat. It's like you guys are always talking, and I feel like I'm a lot more.
To be honest, that group chat is more of a battleground than it is talking.
Yeah,
but regardless, there's contact with your friends, right?
Yeah.
You're in contact with. There's memes, there's inside jokes and stuff like that. So You guys still communicate all the time.
I think that's because girls don't communicate. Well, actually, maybe it's just your friend group.
in
Because some girls do communicate the same way that we communicate. In groups.
I communicate with my friends individually.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think that's maybe you, because like some girls do communicate in a group and they're always like blasting the group chat. Yeah. Whereas like I think we're definitely like, we have friend groups that are like constantly talking in the group chats, because it's just like, you just send stuff, like,
funny,
do whatever. It's just funny, like, you know, just like
yeah.
But then half the time it's like, even if you're in the group chat, you're not all communicating. It'd be something like Farouk and two of the other lads talk about it, and another topic comes up and I talk about it, and I won't say anything in that group chat for another week or something.
Sometimes you just watch.
Yeah.
And you laugh. You just laugh at them going at each other, you know? Yeah. So like it's kind of interesting. But no, honestly, like it is definitely a weird thing. Like I think it all depends on each group. But anyway, what do you do? You're a bum. Nah, joking. Go on.
I do a lot of things and a lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a software developer at the moment.
Ooh. Really? How'd you get into that field?
Ka-ching.
I went to college.
Oh.
Educated man.
I went to, surprisingly, same college as Farouk.
Bomb. Who would have guessed? So, yeah, no, we both went to UCC and did the same computer science course.
How did you find it?
I found UCC was great. It was very interesting. I learned a lot in college. A lot of stuff that I thought would be kind of just fluffy stuff that I didn't think would apply. But as I get further into my career, I see a lot of it applying a lot more and actually becoming useful knowledge. And the college life was amazing. I must say, it was fun. UCC is lit.
Tell us more about that, or the like ups and then downs of UCC.
Ups and downs of UCC. Huh?
Hills. There's a lot of hills.
Oh yeah, sure. You lived in because like in first year we lived together, and then in second year you moved to.
I moved up
College Road.
Yeah,
College Road, whatever.
Basically, it was like a 40-degree incline for a little bit of a walk.
Yeah.
I got the biggest calves ever from walking up and down that.
But then, like, how did you find UCC overall, though? Like, what would you say, like, for someone who wanted to go to UCC, like, what are your thoughts as to why it's, like, a good college to go to? And then maybe talk about maybe the computer science department as well and how you thought about it.
So, from a college perspective, I loved the way the campus is.
Yeah.
The way the campus is, the way the lifestyle, kind of the community there. Seeing, like, talking to my sister who's in UCD, there seems to be much less campus life where the students actually can get together and spend time with each other. UCC had, like, a lot of open space, the college bars where everyone go, and, like, just people sitting outside on the grass and talking to each other. A lot of societies that people be very involved in and stuff happening all the time. Because also everyone's living quite close, but far enough that you weren't living like in one kind of block accommodations.
Yeah.
So that was really good. Comparing with my sister's experience, I must say, like, we had a much better, like, social life in college.
Yeah, I guess because, like, all the students were close to each other, and whereas in Dublin, everyone could be, like, far away from each other.
Do you guys think that being a guy versus a girl matters, or is it just...
Does, obviously.
Right.
Why?
Well, like, your approach to everything is different.
Because
we're kind of like the extreme cases where we do not give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, like we are very social creatures. Like we don't mind talking to anyone random. Like
just walking down the street, just hey, how you doing?
Which is quite funny because I'm actually quite introverted, but like that doesn't. That's a whole different thing. But like then, like take for example, like going out and partying in UCC. How do you find that?
It was good. Like I kind of for the first and second year. First year I didn't do that much partying, small bit, but second year then I was going out a bit more because I was living with a bunch of lads in a house, which had its ups and downs. There was periods where they were all members of the rugby club, and the downstairs was basically a house party for quite a while.
Okay.
But then in the kind of end of second year, third year, I started hanging around with a lot of international students because I was on the society.
Okay.
So I wasn't going out to as many college nights. We do the international student nights, and the international students would have house parties and different kind of parties that we'd be organising, just taken away from kind of the college aspect, but it was kind of like a separate thing because they were only here for about 3 to 6 months of the year. So it was kind of more intense. But it was much more. I found it more fun personally because it was much more of a variety. So you want to do a lot of things in a short period of time. Yeah.
And you're making like constant new connections and everything.
Yeah.
And then how would you compare the social life of the international students versus like social life of the homegrown Irish students then?
Yeah. As I was saying, it's like more intense.
Yeah.
It's like you're here 3-6 months, your parents aren't here, there's no one who watches over you, so you just go insane. You have the biggest parties, do whatever you want. I remember one house party, the house was so full that people couldn't walk around in it.
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow.
And there was like a second story, and at one stage I was afraid that the whole story is going to collapse because there was about 100 people in about like a 10-meter squared area. Everyone was just like this. It was good fun.
Shoulder to shoulder. That's
but like, that still happened in kind of like normal people who grew up here. But I felt it was less social because everyone kind of knew each other, so you'd hang around with your friends. While international students, no one knew each other coming over.
Interesting.
So everyone was talking to each other. Everyone was becoming friends instantly.
Touching on that, how did you, because this is something that Nicoletta has kind of discussed before, how did you find it, like the ease of making friends with international students versus actual Irish students? Because like some people have said that like they find it harder to make friends with Irish students because like most of the time they have like maybe their own existing cliques or so on and so forth already, and then international students, no one knows anyone, everyone's willing to like become friends and gel together. Versus the other. Like, what do you like? What's your take? Do you think it's easier to be friends? Like, do you think it's the same to you, or do you think it's like easy? One is easier than the other.
Well, I find definitely easier to make friends with international students because think about it. If you're thirsty, you drink any water you have. Whereas if you have, you've been drinking
options.
Options because you're already here. You have your water supply. You're not that thirsty. You're not looking for that.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense. Because like international students come over and they're basically on their own. Fresh start. They don't know anyone.
Yeah.
So they kind of want to socialize. They want to make that friendship.
They have an incentive to be friends with you, essentially.
And they also kind of like new, so they want to try stuff. So they're up for anything. It's not even just students, but like even people who come over to a new country, settle down. They're up for doing things. Well, as people who are like living in the place, like, I already know these people. I've been there 100 times. I don't want to do that,
Yeah, and exploring the country as well. There's a lot of that. But then, like, on the international student side, you were once an international student in this country, right?
Yeah.
How did you find that? Like, entering...
I was in a very weird situation.
Yeah?
In that. Because I was one of the first Polish people over. It was like, my dad literally came over. Poland entered the EU May 4th, 2004. My dad was on flight over the 5th.
Wow.
Oh, he was quick.
Man was like...
He was not waiting. But then I came over with my mom and my sister a month later, so it would have been June 8th, I think, if I'm not wrong. Could have been 14th. Somewhere around there. So when I started this primary school and everything, there was only one other Polish person in the school, so I had to learn English straight away. Like, there's no way I could have got around with it. But by next year, there was 10, 15 Polish students.
Damn, you guys multiplied real quick.
Yeah.
And I was kind of in a situation where my English was good enough that I could talk and translate, but I was only like 6, 7 or 8 years old at the time. So I was coming in and translating for everyone coming into the school.
Oh my god.
To the principal and the teachers.
It's like little Pula talks to Polish kid. Pula translates for adults.
Parents.
But like broken translation.
Yeah, broken translation. Back and forth. Yeah, you get it? Yeah.
I hope that's right.
Okay, so you had like obviously zero English coming here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how did you find it? How did you find making friends?
Easy. I just was out in my garden. My mom was like really scared at the start. And I remember like my front garden outside the house, and there was neighbors, and they had kids around my age. And I remember I was there like trying to play with them, but I had no English, so I was just waving at them like this little lady. I'm like, hello. And eventually they thought I was weird, so one of them threw like a tennis ball at me. And I was like, why are you doing that, you asshole? So I threw it back at him and gave him a black eye. And like ended up being friends with that person for quite a while afterwards.
Lord, what a way to make friends. What a way.
I mean, that is a way to make friends, I guess.
Yeah, it's like when That
when you're kids, like, it doesn't really matter. It's not that deep.
yeah, to be honest, it's like when like Sharif wanted to be my friend, and then he comes over and he goes and just goes, "This is a kid I've never met before. I don't know who he is, and like he doesn't know me. He doesn't do whatever." And then he just comes over and walks over and just says, "Hey, do you know X?" Like this is a random, a strange person, and like he's so lucky that I was like, "I actually do know X," and then that's how we became friends. Like it could have flopped on anybody else. If he had asked anyone else that question, it would have flopped. But the fact that he asked me, it worked out.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing. Like
Interesting. And then how about school? Because I know like around that age, a lot of kids would have already started school and had their friends. So how did you find that?
Yeah, it was like, because of the situation I was in, it was kind of hard to make friends at the start, and I made some friends. But yeah, then again, there was like a lot of racial stuff kind of happening. Just when all the Polish people started coming over, and it was
they're taking our jobs.
Stealing all the jobs.
They're taking the jobs, taking the women when they be in the pool when they go swimming. That was kind of the vibes. So I was stuck in between those, but also I felt kind of people who didn't want to like me because they're like, "Oh, you can speak English, you know them, you're translating for us as kids." So kind of
That's
felt
strange.
a distance
so
there.
It's very strange.
Yeah, that's why I kind of never really. I was friends with them, but I was never too close.
Yeah.
to lads.
Kind of like arm's distance kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you felt kind of like alienated from the get-go when you haven't done anything. Damn, sounds like being black. Damn.
But guys, you see, that's nice because you had a few black people, you had a few Polish people. There was no Romanians that I could click with at all. Like, nobody was speaking my language. And I was just kind of like, by myself.
No wonder you got such a strong Irish accent. You had to adapt. You had no foreigners to save you.
I don't know, because like my first friend and my best friend at the time, she was Nigerian too, right? And no one really wanted to be friends with her. No one wanted to be friends with me. I was like, let's be best friends. So it was
Hey, you also have no friends. High five.
Yeah.
It's so sad because you know all the other Albanian girls had each other and like the Polish girls had each other, but us two had nobody.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No,
that's my love story.
No, it is definitely hard. It is definitely hard as a foreigner growing up in Ireland, you know. But I think like we all adapted well, and look, we ended up going to college doing computer science and
paid off for both of us, I think.
More
yeah.
boys.
But how did you find the computer science course in UCC? Like, what is your rating? Like, what's your thoughts? Would you tell someone else to go into it, so on and so forth?
I can't compare it to anywhere else because I've only done this one course.
Yeah.
Personally, I really liked it. Obviously, there's parts that were more impactful on me, lecturers who were more impactful, as you would expect from that kind of experience. But overall, I'll give it a really positive rating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like to the position I'm in, that like the knowledge from that course has led me to get to this point.
Yeah.
Definitely would recommend it. And it's a lot more. I feel like I was also involved in a lot of things outside of just it was like stuff I was doing with the course, but that wasn't part of the course. Like I was a lab demonstrator, so I would be going down and teaching. So when I was in second year, I would be teaching the first years. Third year, I'd be teaching second year and first years, and I was doing that every year all the way up to fourth year, which was a very valuable experience for me because after a while, in the company I'm working with now, I got to a position where I was one of the more longer standing members of the team.
Yeah.
And a lot of new members joined. So I had to be in like that teaching position.
Yeah. Which you got
like had already experience from that. So that was an easy transition for me. Being able to like explain things in basic concepts and break them down, a lot of that experience.
Okay, building up the skills before you even knew needed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the theory, the stuff we were taught was actually like really useful, and I didn't even recognize at the time like algorithms and this, and then you realize how important they are. And there's so much stuff there. I can't even think of all of it right now, but there was a lot of stuff that I didn't realize how much I would need later on came in useful. Or just even like thinking about having a conversation like, oh wait, actually this stuff that we covered in college in a random module that was touched on actually kind of applies here. So at least I had the base of where to go and look further into stuff.
Yeah. To do your research, then moving on from that. And
what does your day-to-day life look like at work? What do you do? Like, what does a software engineer even do?
what does a software engineer do? I'm curious too, bro.
What we do is highly what's it called, highly guarded secret that I'm under NDAs not to disclose.
Yeah.
Myself here.
Yeah.
Never know who's watching. No, I'm only joking. So my day, I wake up.
Damn, you wake up. That's crazy.
See, I'm living in the Tralee, so my life is kind of very repetitive, boring. Dublin rent prices have ran me out of this city.
Yeah, you're doing that work from home lifestyle all the way from Kerry.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I'm better off in Spain or somewhere, but I'm still trying to live like a king. But it's not working out well.
So you wake up.
I wake up, have like coffee or whatever, get ready, start the day. Then obviously in the morning you have stand up, usually the first thing, sync up with the team, kind of go through what everyone's working on. If anyone has issues, do we need to help someone? Do we need to focus on whatever? Kind of quick meeting just to give an update. And then it depends. Usually if some days I could have a full day of meetings where I'm just talking to different groups of people, helping other people, kind of just going through meetings, making sure everyone's doing okay, or planning what we're going to be doing next, trying to do stuff like that, structuring out what we're doing. Other days I have more time, so then I would be usually like either trying to review someone's code, so whatever they've done, kind of looking over it, making sure it's good and reaches like certain standards, or else I'm writing code, which is like you get a story, a few things you need to do, and good luck figure out how to do it.
Sounds like
and
a
not
whole
break anything.
Sounds like a whole lot of waffling.
Yeah.
Whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of
Whole lot of nothing.
zilch.
Nah, it sounds like
the most
nothing,
exciting part of your day was like drinking coffee.
Yeah.
But then what is your feeling on what you thought software engineering was going to be based off what you did in college and what software engineering actually was when you started working?
Well, I can put it into a few stages. So before I started college, I still don't see my Ferrari, so I'm disappointed with my thoughts beforehand.
Oh, so you were seeing like money.
Yeah.
Well, it was that, but I've also always had a passion for computers.
Okay.
I remember when I was a kid, like living back in Poland, finding old computer parts, because at my granny's house, we'd be out living near a village, and there was just like one field that had a big massive hole in it. People just dump stuff in.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you're like, oh, I wonder what treasures we'll find.
You were digging through trash.
It's not.
One man's trash.
I did that too.
It wasn't like food waste. It was more kind of stuff. People throw away like furniture, glass bottles, this kind of things. And, climb down there, pick a load of glass bottles and chuck them at each other, or stones, break them. Great fun when you're like 6.
I agree.
But I also find like computer parts and be like, oh, this is cool, and try and put them together. And always was super interested in computers.
Dexter's laboratory.
Yeah.
Except there's none working there.
Yeah.
But that stuff, and then there's like always playing with computers and fixing them up since I was a kid. Remember one funny story. I was so I was interested in computers and loved games and stuff, and I was reading all about this stuff, and I was in a supermarket. And like my parents were like looking at something, and there's one of the salespersons was trying to sell a computer to some family for their kids' communion.
Okay.
And I was standing listening to what this man is saying about this computer. And he finished talking, and they're like, oh yes, this sounds very good, we might buy it. And I was like, how much RAM does it have? Can it run this game? Would it store this much space? And they kind of looked at me like a 6-year-old kid, looked at the salesperson like, we'll give it a second thought, actually.
Oh my God.
You were on watch there, bro. That guy was like, I'm gonna wreck your whole life, kid.
There goes my monthly bonus.
Yeah. You know, the commission.
Yeah.
Not fair.
But
let's get on to some more fun stuff, right? You like
to...
to...
Computer science not fun.
Anyways,
Nicola really said, yeah, that shit hella boring, let's move on. And
like,
so you can tell our jobs are very exciting.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of waffling. But you like to travel and like party and stuff. Let's talk a little bit about that. What was your last traveling experience? What's your next one?
Last traveling experience? Dublin, I flew to Dublin from Tralee. It's been good so far.
Whoa.
Come on, give us a proper
No,
one.
for real, the last trip I was on was Berlin. Went over to visit a few friends. Yeah, it was nice. I flew by myself, and I had friends over there, so I met up with them when I was there. Most of the time, I was by myself because they're working over there. I would just had days I had to take off before the end of March. So it's like, yeah, got nothing else to do. Holiday. Yeah, no, Berlin was very nice. The party scene there is quite intense.
Oh yeah.
Talk about
It's heavy going. Like, you know, in Ireland, we go out. You go out at 10 o'clock and you come home at 2:30, 3 o'clock.
10 is crazy, bro. I'm going out like 12. Well, yeah,
I'm trying to get all the hours in.
Yeah. Trying to maximize
your money's worth.
Trying to maximize your money.
If I'm paying a tenner to get into somewhere in Tralee, I'm staying out.
You're staying out till they fucking close
fair.
at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah, but Berlin, like went over to my friend's house. It was like 8, 9 o'clock, just chilling, you know, relaxing. Having a few drinks, more friends came over, played some music, chilled, and then we decided to go to the nightclub. And we get the metro over. I was like, shit, it's 2 o'clock. Like, this is home time. Get into the nightclub anyway. We're leaving. I'm like, the fuck's the sun out? What time's it? 10 a.m. I'm like, shit.
Oh.
That's a completely different scene.
10 a.m.
8 hours.
8 hours in the club and like
well
music
past your
going.
bedtime.
Yeah. No, it's my morning time.
Yeah. But then what's the music scene like in Berlin then?
So I like techno. So the clubs I was going to was techno music. It was just very fun. It was like much more relaxed in here because whenever you're out in Ireland, a lot of people are kind of like pushing towards the front and a lot of shoveling, and the clubs can tend to be a bit smaller. Over there, everyone's kind of more relaxed, more space. Less of that shoving and pushing. Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And don't get in each other's way, which I really enjoyed. But also, it's like here, going out is like a sprint. Over there, it's a marathon.
Yeah. You're trying to be ready for the whole night and stay out, not trying to get fucked or fucking leave at whatever time it is, you know.
Did you get to go to Berghain?
Yeah. So, shout out my mate in Gowney.
Yeah.
He was playing in Bergheim.
Oh my God.
I was over there. It's kind of one of the reasons I decided to go on that weekend. It just lined up that my friends were free. He was playing and I had to take the time off. So I went to Bergheim, managed to get in.
Because you're on
guest list,
You're on the guest list, yeah.
The friends I had over there, they messed up with trying to organize things and they didn't get the guest list.
Oh.
So I had a guest list, got in. Well, it wasn't guest list. They have guest list is you get in for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have guest pass kind of thing. I forget what the proper term
But
they
you
use.
pay.
You pay.
Yeah.
So you just get access.
But you know you're definitely getting in.
Yeah.
Is it as
Unless
hard?
you're like gone.
Okay. But
That's what I want to ask because you know people always want to know like what's inside, what's happening inside. How much can you tell us?
It's a nightclub.
That's not good enough.
It is. It's got this very specific kind of space about it. It's a very nice space.
Yeah.
But they do a good job of keeping people who kind of they know will enjoy that space. So you don't have any kind of like too much difference and everyone's just kind of doing whatever they want.
Okay.
But also no one gives a fuck about what's going on.
And that kind of leads me to the point of like, is it as hard to get in as people say it is?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Or is it queues?
There's a massive queue. I was going in like 4 p.m. on the Sunday. So it opens on Saturday and closes Monday morning.
Oh.
And I went in at 4 p.m. and like my friend in Gowney played and I was just chilling around and then next thing I know it's midnight and I'm like, oh, that's the one my legs are so sore.
That's insane.
Yeah, it just
So
went by in a
long.
flash.
And then the people in the line were they like wearing like, you know, like people say like all black, gimp suits, crazy outfits to try get in, or was it just like
The line is wild, right? There's people, because like the people where what goes on inside is different to what's outside.
Yeah.
So what happens is people go in dressed up in kind of normal clothes, street clothes. Then once you get in, there's like a changing area.
oh.
So after you get past
Do
the
people
box-
bring duffel bags to change then?
Yeah. You like.
Oh my God.
I've seen people like strip down and get changed into whatever their party gear is, and you put your bags into the cloakroom then, and you just go party. Some people go in there with
That's
very,
insane.
if any, little clothes at all.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then,
Bergheim not as much, but like yeah, Bergheim there. You
Did
see
they,
some crazy
like-
outfits.
do you know the way they say that they sticky tape over your camera or something?
Oh yeah.
Did that happen?
Yeah,
Okay.
I kept it on my phone case because I took this after I left. Took the stickies off the camera and put them on my phone case, and I had it for about 2 months.
Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice.
That is interesting. I was really
it's a
curious.
very fun environment.
And then, like, what other kind of place have you been for partying? Like, who was it? Is it Prague?
That's the next trip I'm going.
Okay,
on. Yeah,
but then what's the other one that you went? Budapest. Yes,
Budapest. Yeah, Budapest is very fun.
Like, as a techno party head who likes doing party, what is the best place you've been for partying so far?
Yeah.
It's hard to say the best place. Every place has a different way to party.
Okay, give us your top 2.
Berlin is like hard techno party. You're going for long.
Yeah.
Budapest was very fun. I stayed at Retox Hostel, which is closed now, unfortunately.
Oh.
But that place was just something else. Like, they didn't sober up. You try to sober up and you're just drunk again. You try and sober up and it's worse than not being sober. So you just have to keep drinking. It was an amazing place though. Everyone there was super friendly, on a vibe, but you're just fucked the whole time.
The whole time?
Like, do you know, like, you get tipsy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get tipsy when you wake up and you have to get yourself drunk to, like, function. That kind of level.
Damn.
But, like, you're still having fun. I did so many fun things. Did one of the last beer bikes in Europe, and it was mental.
Yeah.
So what is that?
So what they used to do is, like, those long bikes where you see, like, hen parties and stags that they all, like, cycle around. Except they had 40 litres of beer and a guy pouring pints for 8 people. That's 5 litres a head.
I don't drink, and I know that's a lot.
Goodness.
That's insane.
You're cycling the whole time. And you're going around the whole city, viewing things. We're just, like, drinking pints, necking them. And, like, the people from the hostel are on the bike with you. So they're getting you to do stuff like, all right, this next point, everyone necks it. And you're just necking it. Pull you another one. Look at you neck it.
Oh my god. But then did you actually feel tired on those? Or did you not even...
No.
Okay.
Is it
I always
easy?
wonder,
Is it just for show? Like, can you...
Oh, no, you do get tired. But
okay.
After 5 litres of beer, you don't really feel tired.
But I'm always wondering, like, if it's, like, more electric or do you all actually have to pedal?
No, it's not electric at all.
I guess it's just the power of everyone else.
They have an electric motor, so when, like,
Yeah.
they're leading them around, but they turn that off and there's, like, gears and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know, like, in a car when you're, like, in first gear, it, like, moves, so they have gears on them to make them move better.
Interesting. I love that. And what was your, like, favorite destination that you've been to?
It's hard. I like everywhere. The place I always go back to is Barcelona.
Oh.
I love that city.
Oh. Clearly, it's Barcelona. Why do you like Barcelona?
Barcelona.
It's just the vibe. It's like the weather there is amazing. It's warm. City is just. I love the architecture of it. It's walkable. They are. If it's too far to walk, you get the metro, and everywhere is walkable basically. Even like it's so nice to walk around.
Yeah.
You know, there's some cities you're walking around. And it's like so many cars, so many people, and a lot of like everyone running by, and it's just busy. Barcelona is busy, but it's relaxed. Like, you go up to a stop or to the crossroads or whatever, it's just, like, you wait a minute or two and you cross. Not like sometimes you're stuck out of traffic, like, for 4 minutes. Like, is it ever going to change?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very nice. I like the atmosphere there. The weather's lovely. And, like, you want to go to the mountains, you go up to the mountains. You want to go to the beach, you're at the beach.
There's Nash all around.
Or, like, even
say what you're thinking.
in a nightclub.
Yeah.
And you finish your nightclub and you're like, oh, I don't want to go home yet. I'm going to go down to the beach. Some lovely gentleman will come over and sell you cans of beer as you're chilling on the beach, which are cold. So you just sit down, have a few cans of beer. It's full service on the beach at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's great. There's nothing to complain about.
Do you know a lot of people do love Barcelona? Barcelona.
Sorry.
They love it. But it just wasn't one of the places that I liked in Spain that much. I think it's because the beach was like fake and then it like dropped and there were stones everywhere and I was just like, this is not an enjoyable experience.
Part of the beach is fake. If you keep going down further, it's actual real beach.
But it was still stone.
Yeah, it's just stones.
I didn't like that.
I don't know. It's even, for me, it's not even the beach. Like, Barcelona is nice, but like maybe I haven't gone to like my boys have gone to Barcelona and they've gone to like Shoko, that club, that independence meant to be class and going partying and doing this and that. When we went, it was kind of like end of COVID time, so like things were coming out. Like everything was coming out of COVID, but at the same time there was still some slight restrictions. But the thing is, like, I don't know, it didn't do me. I would have to do it again, definitely. I'd have to do Barcelona again.
I don't think I would do it
like
again.
I'd need to do it again just to know. I'd need to do it again just to give it a proper chance. But like I did like Madrid. Madrid is very nice. I like Madrid, but definitely.
I think I like Alicante in terms of the beach.
Yeah.
The beach was so nice.
I think Barcelona is very chill.
It is literally a beach town.
Yeah.
But that's why I liked it.
Yeah. But Barcelona is like very chill, and I think that's for me, like, it's too chill.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
that's
like I like partying, I like energy, I like everyone. Barcelona is so chill.
Yeah. When I was over there during COVID, even when everything was locked down, I went over there knowing that there was some people I knew there, so I had a big friend group from the get-go. So there was a bit of that party, that kind of energy. And it was also kind of a lot of the contrast of Ireland, where they were like, you can't go further than 2 kilometers from your home or else we're going to arrest you.
Yeah.
Which wasn't true. In Barcelona, they didn't care. Like, I was sitting in the park on a bench drinking beers till like 10 o'clock, and it was like, okay, now it's lockdown hours, so better get home.
Yeah.
But up to that point, it was very relaxing. Still had to wear a face mask and everything. But the level of the, you know, control over you, freedom was much. You could actually enjoy yourself there.
No, that's fair. I also did like Mallorca a lot, just because of its beaches.
Mallorca.
Yeah, that Mallorca was so nice.
So we found out Nicoletta loves bitches. I mean beaches.
I do, and even Tenerife was nice. I didn't really like the beaches as much, but I think there was a lot more of a party vibe there than there was in Barcelona when we went. I don't know.
You did come at a weird time where it was kind of end of COVID, so things started opening up, but all the nightclubs and everything was closed.
Yeah. Like I don't know, Spain has never been like super my scene. Like I really like take for example like London type of vibe, like
city,
you know, like
girl.
city, like I'm a city girl, you know. I like that, like kind of party thing, you know. So like I like that busyness, and a lot of those cities do lack it. That's why I preferred Madrid, you know. But so like I like that busyness that comes with cities. So definitely like, so if you were to give, because you've partied a lot of places in Europe, if you were to give someone who's into...
I would say a lot.
Okay.
Come back to me next year.
Yeah. So if you were to give an advice for someone who's a techno head and into chill things, to go recommendations, like which place, or you can only pick one. No, I can't think about it. Which one would you recommend, and then what do you recommend them to
Wait, who am I recommending to know? A techno head or someone who likes chill vibes?
Someone who's like you. Someone who's like you.
Someone who's like me, go everywhere, man.
You see, bullshit answer.
Yeah, no, like for techno, obviously Berlin is the number one place, but there's a few other spots. I know Amsterdam's really good for Hamburg. Some places in Brussels. There's also like quite a bit of scene for it in Eastern Europe. I'm not exactly sure yet because I haven't explored too much parties there.
It's coming.
Wait till next time.
Yeah.
But for like chill, more party, like you saying, like city vibes, definitely London. I would probably suggest not Paris. Paris wasn't that fun. I when I was there, it wasn't as.
I think Paris might be wavy. I will get back to you guys on that.
I think so.
There's something in the works, and Paris might be wavy, and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, for now, I would be the same. I'm like,
yeah.
But we haven't been out in Paris.
Yeah, we just went to see like museums and thing. Like it seems there's a big black scene there. Yeah. So I think it could be really wavy, you know. Like if fucking Milan or Netherlands can have that kind of scene, then like yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, no, we'll see. But
yeah, when I was in Paris, like I was trying to, like I wasn't there for long. I was there for 2-3 nights, but it was near the weekend. It was Thursday, Friday. I couldn't find any nightclub that was actually buzzing.
Oh yeah.
The one place that people I knew from Paris recommended me to go was some random. I forget the name of the street, but there was just a load of bars there, and we were trying to find anywhere that there would be some people, and they told us to go into like this one bar, which is a gay bar, and I was like, that's the only bar in that whole area, which was supposed to be like a party thing that had people in it, and it wasn't even that busy.
Damn. That is
cold world. It's a disappointment. Now, sorry Parisians, you'll probably be offended, but Next time I'm around, let me know and I'll come see you.
Yeah, hit him up.
Hit him up.
Hit him up on Instagram and be like, I will show you the true baddies. The true baddie, you know? But anyway, like, what do you have? Do you have any questions for us? Any interesting things off the top of your mind that you want to put up on the world? Be careful what you say now, because I have all the parts to cut this out. Trust me.
How have you been finding doing a podcast? Like, have you seen it grow and change? And
if you're an avid listener of the podcast,
you would know the answer to this question. Nah, let Nicola answer this one. Come
on. Do you know there was like a huge growth at one point where people were like, "You're buying followers. You're buying followers." So we did have a bit of that, but we weren't.
I remember.
We weren't buying anything. Okay, it was just natural growth, and then we hit a wall for a little bit of time. It's been really, really hard the past few months.
Don't worry. You know, after I've been on this episode, it's going to be the revival.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
And now it's picking up again. But I think you just have to be really consistent. It's fine sitting down and talking. I think it's fine. We sit down. We have no problem doing that, coming up with whatever topic. But it's the clips, because that's what brings in viewers on social media. And it's like
clickbait stuff.
Yeah, it's like how much can you like do? You just have to stay consistent, and the wave will come and go.
What she said, honestly, like that's just how it is, and we just have to slowly keep going. But you know, that's why it's good to have like this, where we bring in other like people to talk about and whatever, and just have random shit to talk about for like 40 minutes, and let people be like, oh, I didn't feel like I wasted my time. I enjoyed it, you know, kind of thing. So like, you know, it's not too bad. We have been doing bits, and like I do like that we're keeping consistent. Like you just like you drop down, you go back up. Essentially, more of the story, you know, and it is what it is. But
here, I give you a good thumbnail.
Beautiful.
Well, yeah, no. Cheers for coming on and like having this discussion with us and doing all that and everything, and we hope you'll have some more techno bangers and chill breaks, and we can have you on to actually give us a concrete opinion instead of swerving every freaking thing.
See, like you're asking me an open-ended question.
It was very ended. It was very ended. It was a very ended question. But anyway, like, thanks for coming on, and I hope you had a good time.
Thank you. It was good.
Till next time.
Bye.